Prabhupada ki jai. Jam Vishnupad Paramahams Pravachanam Ashtottara Shata Shishmas Divine Grace Abhay Chandarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya said of the whole world Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Gauranathai ki jai. Shri Radha Govinda ki jai. Lakshmi Nrsimha Swami ki jai. Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki jai. तुलसी महारानी की जय. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, and Text 30. Tannaha Shushushamananam Tannaha Shushushamananam Arhasi Anga Anuvarnitum Arhasi Anganuvarnitum Yasyavataraha Bhutanam Yasyavataro Bhutanam Shemaya Cha Bhavaya Cha Shemaya Cha Bhavaya Cha Tannaha Shushushamananam Arhasi Anganuvarnitum Yasyavataro Bhutanam Shemaya Cha Bhavaya Cha Tannaha Shushushamananam Arhasi Anganuvarnitum Yasyavataro Bhutanam Shemaya Cha Bhavaya Cha Tannaha Shushushamananam Arhasi Anganuvarnitum Yasyavataro Bhutanam Shemaya Cha Bhavaya Cha Tannaha Shushushamananam Arhasi Anganuvarnitum Yasyavataro Bhutanam Shemaya Cha Bhavaya Cha. Word to word meaning. Tat, those, naha, unto us, Shushushamananam, those who are endeavoring for, Arhasi, ought to do it, Anga, O Sutta Goswami, Anuvarnitum, to explain by following in the footsteps of previous acharyas. Yasya, whose avataraha, incarnation, bhutanam, of the living beings, kshemaya, for good, cha and bhavaya, upliftment, cha and. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation: O Suta Goswami, we are eager to learn about the personality of Godhead and His incarnations. Please explain to us those teachings imparted by previous masters, acharyas, for one is uplifted both by speaking them and by hearing them. Please repeat. O Suta Goswami, we are eager to learn about the personality of Godhead and His incarnations. Please explain to us those teachings imparted by previous masters, acharyas, for one is uplifted both by speaking them and by hearing them. Purport by Sri Prabhupada. Yes. The conditions for hearing the transcendental message of the Absolute Truth are set forth herein. The first condition is that the audience must be very sincere and eager to hear, and the speaker must be in the line of disciplic succession from the recognized Acharya. The transcendental message of the Absolute is not understandable by those who are materially absorbed. Under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, one becomes gradually purified. Therefore, one must be in the chain of disciplic succession and learn the spiritual art of submissive hearing. In the case of Suta Goswami and the sages of Naimisharanya, all these conditions are fulfilled because Srila Suta Goswami is in the line of Srila Vyasadeva, and the sages of Naimisharanya are all sincere souls who are anxious to learn the truth. Thus the transcendental topics of Lord Sri Krishna's superhuman activities, His incarnation, His birth, appearance or disappearance, His forms, His names and so on are all easily understandable because all requirements are fulfilled. Such discourses help all men on the path of spiritual realization. The Sanskrit Bhaktivedanta purport: Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Pashnat Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the sages assembled at Naimisharanya. They are very eager to hear the message of Godhead, the messages about Krishna, who is very dear to each and every living entity. God is the most dear person, so Krishna is all attractive to each and every living being. So here the sages, Tannaha Shushushamananam, they are saying they are very eager to hear. They are very eager to hear about the personality of Godhead. Arhasi Anganu Varnitam Yasyanutaro Bhutanam. So they are interested in the Krishna's incarnation, and they're requesting Suta Goswami, you please explain to us those teachings. Anuvarnitam, as you have heard from your own previous acharyas. And then Kshemaya cha Bhavaya cha, these messages will uplift those who are speaking and also those who are hearing. Actually, a very simple process is given by Srimad Bhagavatam. If we want to advance in our journey towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, the mechanism is very simple. We have to be eager to hear and receive the message. And here it is mentioned, just by speaking or by hearing, one becomes advanced in this science. Actually, there is one stalwart devotee in the line of our acharyas. His name is Rupa Goswami. So, Rupa Goswami says, if there is Krishna consciousness available anywhere, if it is readily available, this consciousness of Krishna, always thinking of Him, in love of Him, if something is available like this, you please immediately purchase. Without waiting for anything, you immediately purchase, because it's a very rare commodity available, particularly in this planet. So now the question that comes is, okay, if I want to purchase, what is the price that I have to pay? Is it going to be $1 million? Or is it going to be much more than that? Or what is the price? So then Rupa Goswami says, no, by money and all those things you will not be able to purchase Krishna or Krishna's eagerness to have Him. So then what is that you need? Here it is mentioned, Laulyamekam Tatra Mulyam. There is only one Mulya. Mulya means the price. What is the price that we have to pay to attain Krishna? It is called Laulyam. Laulyam means eagerness, greediness. I want this, I want this, I want this. This is the kind of greediness. Actually, if you look at a businessman, it's easy to understand what is the meaning of this greediness. That businessman, you will see quarter after quarter, he is greedy. I want to enhance the turnover more and more. Now, if that kind of a greediness, if it is possible in Krishna consciousness, yes, Sunday I want to come in the morning, I want to hear, I want to practice this. Every day I want to chant more and more. See, this kind of an attitude and thinking, Rupa Goswami says, that is the only price that we have to pay to attain Krishna. If you want to have His darshan, you want to meet the Supreme Lord, serve Him, that is a very rare opportunity. So then Rupa Goswami says, is this Laulyam possible? He says, even if one performs punya, pious activities for millions of lives, this Laulyam is not possible. Not easy to get that kind of an eagerness to, get association of the Supreme Lord. Not easy to get a desire that I want to serve the Supreme Lord. These things are not easy. So, but somehow if this Laulyam is there, then we can purchase. Krishna will be purchased only by your eagerness to have this particular Krishna consciousness. Once, our Acharya Prabhupada ji gives one example. once there was a thief and he was kind of stealing in some house. He is trying to steal, and then the owners of the house, they called the police. So when the police came, the thief started running, and running, and then police are also running behind him. This is all very olden days. That means all those big things are not there. Mechanisms to track and all that. So then, like this only, one Bhagavatam class is going on in one of the temples, and a lot of crowd is there. Little more than this. And then, since crowd is high, what the thief thought was, if I can somehow sit among the crowd, then police will not be able to recognize. So he comes and sits in the class. And for sure police comes, and then they could not see, they could not identify, so many hundreds are there. So then they go away. Now in the Bhagavatam class, the speaker is explaining about Krishna. How Krishna is in Vrindavan, how he is born in the family of Yashoda Nanda, and Krishna is a small boy, a beautiful bluish boy, all attractive, and then Yashoda, out of so much of love, decorated that small boy with a lot of golden ornaments. There are jewels, there are diamonds. After all, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, they were the leaders of that Vaishya community in Vrindavan. And how is it that they are so rich? Simply by maintaining hundreds and thousands of cows. That's all. Because their profession is, livelihood is to take care of the cows and also some farming. This is the division of labor. Actually, God's creation is that every human being is not designed to do everything, every work. Not possible. Krishna's design is that each one of us, we have a certain ability and certain inclination. This is called guna karma. Inclination, guna, ability, karma. Guna karma vibhagasaha. Vibhaga means, they say Sanskrit vibhag or science vibhag, like that. If you go to the university, you see there are divisions. Similarly, by creation in this world, you will see there are many divisions of work are available, divisions and categories of people are available. We are not meant to do everything, all kinds of work by one person, not possible. We have to deal with others who are specialists in those particular fields, obviously. So this cooperation and interdependence in this world is by design. We have to. So if we want to survive in this world, we have to learn this art of interdependency, dealing with others and cooperating so that our work is done, a higher purpose is achieved. So this Vibhaga, original system of Vibhaga, division, is that there are certain category of people, they are meant for guiding the society in a spiritual life towards Krishna, towards God. Actually, our ancestors, they were highly God conscious, highly devoted people. If you have observed, our parents are, they must have been very highly devoted people. That's how something we have picked up, and today we are here. Otherwise, it is not possible. So there is a category of people who are supposed to guide the society in Krishna consciousness, in spiritual life. They give advice. You have to be like this, you have to be like this, you have to conduct like this. Particularly, they are supposed to give advice to administrative class. There's one more division. These people are, by nature, they have that spirit. There is a Kshatriya spirit, Kshatriya blood, and that administrative spirit is there. They like to, they want to. They want to have thousands of people behind them, and that's the kind of nature they have, and that's called administrative. So the first category who are not interested in power, they are not even interested in money. They are interested in God, and they are interested in guiding the society. They are known as Brahmanas. And this administrative class, Kshatriya spirit, they want to lead, they want to guide. They cannot show their back in the fighting. They have to fight. That kind of a spirit, that's called Kshatriya. Our politicians and this military people, like the six Jats and some Gurkhas, they have that spirit. Of course, this Kshatriya spirit is there in many people. They want to protect, they want to fight, they want to, that's the kind of nature. That is a Kshatriya class. And actually the entire British Empire spread in these Asian countries and many other countries only because they have recruited all Indian, this military spirited people into their army. So using our Indian soldiers, they occupied entire these Asian countries. So particularly the military from this Jat and Sikh and Gurkhas, they became very. But as soon as India lost, the Britishers lost India, immediately the entire British Empire collapsed. You will see in the history, they are no more. All the nations, they have to withdraw because they are nobody. See, by nature, they don't have that spirit to fight. Actually, in 1960s, when Srila Prabhupada, our Acharya, he went to America in order to do prachar, this Bhagavata prachar, Bhagavad Dharma or Prema Dharma. He wants to spread this Prema Dharma. But when he went there, America was in a turmoil. It is fighting with Vietnam. Those are the days of Vietnam War. America was involved. And what is happening? The government is recruiting all the youngsters to fight in the war. So they used to take up the youngsters by force. See, during war, government will issue an order, all youngsters have to come and fight. So, this has created a big unrest in the society. The students were not eager, they are not interested. Actually, they have no such spirit that they want to fight and all those things. They are in a different mood. Everybody is not in a, if they say, if they come to us and say, you take a gun and fight, by seeing the gun only we will fall off. Such a massive gun, and you have to fight. And some people, we cannot see blood. We cannot see blood of other this thing. So, this was the, so there is a division is there. A certain kind of people are like that. They are very highly spirited like that. Then there is one more division. Their inclination is for money, business. Getting more and more money. Their brain works in numbers. Running in numbers. Quarter after quarter, how to reduce this money, how to reduce that money. Expenses should be optimized, enhance the profits. The brain is working. That is one. Then also one more category is the production. They are farmers. They want to work on the field, produce rice. They take pleasure. So many people are eating. That is their pleasure. So they take interest in that. So that is one more division. Production, business, money, these are one more division. And one more division is the very simple-hearted people. They just want to, do day-to-day work and be happy with it. So they are known as, we call that as labor class, or the word is Shudra, and then this is Vaishya, then there is a Kshatriya, and there is a Brahmana. These are the divisions. But mind you, these divisions are not based on birth. These divisions are based on guna karma. Guna means your inclination, karma means your what you deserve, your ability, your talent. That is karma. Talent comes only by our past karma, our abilities and all that. So, if somebody is born in, let us say, a Shudra family, but let us say he has an inclination to become Brahmana, it was permitted in the Vedic culture. This caste system is introduced by invaders in India. Otherwise, our society is based on talent, performance. Like IAS, anybody can become IAS. It doesn't matter that he has to be born only in IAS family. His parents are IAS, so he can become IAS. There is no such thing. High Court judge is there. His son may become a lawyer or a High Court judge, or he may not. So it's all based on your talent and then your inclination. It depends on that. I have seen one very big businessman, this Narayan Murthy ji is there. He's holding major shares in Infosys. But his son is not interested. He is interested in something else. So the point is that inclination and the capacity, the talent, there should be talent for that. For example, somebody will say, okay, some nice salary is coming, okay, let me join military. He has no inclination, nor he has any talent, but he knows that there is a good salary is there. Let us say he joins there. He cannot survive. Because when some requirement comes, he has to go and stand there, and it's a life and death situation. So he may not be ready. So of course they test all these things, all these parameters, and then only. So the division of the society based on caste is not natural. It is an unnatural system introduced by the invaders into our society so that they can divide and rule. But whereas the original system was based on the performance, talent. If you want to be like this, okay, be like that. But you have to be expert in that. You have to learn, all those things. Once there was one small boy. He wants to do his education. This particular story is mentioned in one Upanishad called Jabali Upanishad. So that boy goes to one guru, a very famous personality that guru is, and he says, Gurudev, I want to learn this Gurukul education under you. Then I think it's Gautama Muni or somebody, he says, okay, my son, what is your father's name and what is your mother's name? He says, my mother's name is so and so, but I don't know my father's name. He says, my dear child, he's a very small boy. You go back to your house and then you ask your mother and then come and tell me. So the child goes to the mother and says, Amma, who is the father? Unfortunately, mother is actually a prostitute, so she has no idea who is the father. So she says, my son, I don't know. It's not easy to know. So then the child comes back to the guru and says, actually, I don't know, nor my mother knows who the father is. And so all the students are waiting. What will the guru say? he is coming from such a family. Will he be admitted into the Gurukul? And the Guru says, no problem, you can join. Now what is the theory here? He says, you have told me the truth. What is the truth? That you don't know. Openly you have told. So, telling truth is actually a Brahmana qualification. Brahmanas are supposed to be truthful. So now you have this quality. Education means whatever good qualities you have, that has to be fanned so that the quality increases. A little spark is there, the spark has to be enhanced so that it becomes a big fire. Our Gurukul system was like that previously. The Guru used to see any spark is there in whatever direction, in that he used to encourage. Okay, Guru. And then that, because that is his inclination, happily the students used to learn their respective divisions of work, their respective division. And there was no discrimination. Oh, you are a Shudra, or you are a Vaishya, or a Kshatriya, nothing. All are God conscious. All are interested in reaching back to Krishna. So they used to respect each other. The divisions are respected highly. Of course, Brahmanas are respected highly because they are close to God, but others are not neglected. All are important. All are important. The society cannot run if these four divisions are not there. For example, let us say this: we want to build this house. Say laborers don't come. Now, will it be possible? You have a lot of money and you have a lot of plans. You have big security guards to protect your building, but there is nobody to do the work. Now, can we do? We will not do, because we don't know the technique. We can't even lift some of those things. That is not our this thing. So everybody is very important, and without discrimination, they all should be taken care of nicely. For example, somebody will drive our car and drops us here, let us say. The driver is there. Take care of him also. See, he is satisfied by driving car, whereas we are not satisfied. We want to grow in our life, we have something else to achieve and all that. So, but he is satisfied. He said, okay, just by driving, he is happy, and you pay him nicely, take care of him, give some food whenever there is a possibility. He is like a family member. Without him, all the work will be hampered. Like, let us say our housemaid is there, or some cooks are there. They may be looking very simple, they may be doing very simple activity, but without their contribution, society cannot run. They are important. So they were respected. In fact, they are very nicely taken care of. Actually, the higher sections of this society, they used to take care of them almost like family members. Very nicely they used to take care of their needs. And their needs are very simple. They need some food and shelter, and then their family needs some support. That's how they're happy. So without exploitation, their work has to be respected and they should be paid accordingly. Then comes the Vaishya. So in these four categories, the Vaishyas, Kshatriyas and Brahmanas, they are independent in the sense they don't depend on anybody for their livelihood. They have their own independent professions. In our language, if you want to say, they are all like entrepreneurs. Startup, 3/4 startup and only 1/4 is employees. Now it's ulta. 95% employees and only a small percentage are employers. Entrepreneurs and this and that. You saw that? That's why always there is a problem for employment. Of course, the structuring is also like that. We need a lot of employees too. It's a requirement also. But during those days, the society was organized differently. For example, Vaishyas, they depend on the land, they depend on the cows. That's it. They don't depend on working for anybody. Then Kshatriyas, they rule over, they give protection, and they used to tax the citizens, And once using the tax, they used to manage the kingdom and also their own little livelihood. And then comes Brahmanas. They don't take any salary from the king. They are independently. They used to live. They used to live very in simple background. One small hermitage, no ambitions in life other than God consciousness, becoming spiritually advanced. He has no such this thing. And then he used to teach the children and everybody some education. And at the end of the education, the children will give some Guru Dakshina. The parents will give some Guru Dakshina. That's all. He will not demand. To join my course, you have to give me so much money. No, he teaches them freely, and then so these Brahmanas are well versed not only in teaching, they are also well versed in many Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, like Dronacharya. He knows art of fighting. So he used to teach to Kauravas and Pandavas, but they will never charge any money. He says, I am teaching you. In the end, they will ask, Gurudev, please tell us what is the Guru Dakshina. He will say, okay, you defeat that king, or you do this, you do that. They may ask anything, but they are not ambitious. They know that is the kind of mode of that higher section. They have to be like that. They cannot be in the mode of exploiting the society. Kshatriyas, for example, they are highly pious. Their only goal in life is how to protect the citizens. They are like father. All the citizens, they feel that he is my father, and so nicely they used to take care. And tax system is very simple. Whatever is produced, see, Brahmanas have no income. Who is producing income? The Vaishya section, that's all. So if they produce some, whatever produce, grains or milk, in that they have to give 20 to 25%. That's all. Let us say one year he could not produce anything, no tax. Or he doesn't have much produce, there is nothing. Here, whether you produce, you are employed or not employed, you have to pay tax throughout the day. One soap tax, one food packet tax, and actually from toe to head, we are all taxed. In every part, whatever is, there is a GST applicable through the body. Whatever you want to do, you have to pay tax. Whether you are employed or not employed, you cannot avoid this tax. See, this is the system today. But actually those days you produce, okay. He heartfully he gives. And ample produce was there. Whatever it was like that. So those are the kind of divisions, and so this Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, they were very rich. They have so much of ghee, butter, curds, thick, nice milk, flavored milk, and whatnot. All the varieties of, from milk you can make innumerable varieties. There is paneer, there is kheer, and the list just goes on. Somebody who is aware of all those things. The key thing is it's all cow milk and highly nutritious and healthy. And whenever there are some functions, sometimes they used to throw butter on each other. They take butter and they'll put on somebody else, and somebody they'll play. They play with butter. Now playing and all you forget. Just to get little butter on my toast, like my bread piece, is not easy. And then whatever we are purchasing, we don't know how natural or how unnatural it is. This is the scenario. I think the other day I mentioned, there are some packets, chips and all that behind. You please look through the ingredients, not just ingredients. After that will be there some many code words, E70, E30, all those things. You better Google and see what this E30 means. whether it is from pig or whether it is from fish, we don't know. So that was the kind of culture, very wealthy people actually. India was very wealthy, highly rich people. That's why all the plunderers got attracted to this country. You may say, no, how can you say we are very wealthy? I'll just give you an example. Padmanabha Swami temple in Kerala, it has 3 or 4 treasury rooms. And they opened the first treasury room, they found immense wealth. You cannot evaluate. Then there is a bill filed in Supreme Court to open the second room also. After so much of deliberation, discussion, this and that, after many years, the Supreme Court has permitted, under court monitored body and this and that, they opened the second one. They estimated that the wealth inside will be minimum 1 lakh crores. The jewelry, the kind of gold and this and that is one more. Now one more is still there. This is one temple in the country. Its wealth, how much is there, nobody is able to calculate. The third room is still there. Now you understood why people used to attack temples? Because temples were, people are devoted, they give their wealth to God. That is our tradition. Every once in a while we give our wealth to God. And how much wealth we give? We give some whatever portion little. Such portions are put together is so much of treasury you see now. How wealthy the people used to be. It is said that during Krishna Deva Raya time, on the roadside, they used to sell these diamonds and jewelry on the roadside. What happened to all that wealth? It has vanished. So, the thief, he was seated in the Bhagavatam class, and then he is hearing all the ornaments on the body of Krishna. The small Krishna, there's so much wealthy this boy is, and he is from Vrindavan. And somehow, if I can go to Vrindavan and catch this boy, this little blue boy, if I somehow can catch him, and if I can plunder him, my whole life is settled. And then since he is a small boy, it is easy to plunder him. Because it is easy to trick him. With this mood, the thief was always thinking of this little blue boy. Where is he? How can I find him? And then he reaches Vrindavan. He goes to Vrindavan and then very intensely is desiring, I want to catch this boy. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is this blue boy? Where is this? By seeing his eagerness, it is said in the Shastra that a small Krishna, he appears in front of him. He is so eager. And then by seeing him, the thief becomes fascinated. After all, Lord is so attractive. Bright, shining, full of jewelry. And then, so he started flattering Krishna. Oh, you are looking so nice, you look so cute. Like we all do now. We cuddle the children and then pat them and so you're looking so beautiful and this and that. And then once Krishna is a little pacified, he's saying, now, Krishna, Krishna asked, okay, what do you want? He says, see, there are some nice ornaments are there. Can you give some of these ornaments to me? Krishna says, no, my mother will not agree. She will chastise me. I cannot give any of those. So like that, he is touching Krishna's body, and then he is talking to him, and then he is seeing his, the wonderful features, and by all this, it is said that because he came in touch with the Lord, he started getting purification. His heart started melting, purifying. And then finally, it comes to the stage where the thief completely gets transformed. And he says, my Lord, I have approached you with certain desire, but now I have understood that these things are secondary. Your association, the way I am able to interact with you, this is more important for me, and these things are not very important. And so he desires Krishna, not Krishna's money, just Krishna. So this is a very important. We should become eager to attain Krishna's association, Lord's association. If that is there, if little bit of eagerness is developed, such a devotee will progress very nicely. So here it is mentioned, if we want to shushrushamana, that means the audience should be very eager to hear this message, very interested, eager and sincere. Obviously, as soon as that message goes inside the heart, they will become purified. Then, whether we know or not, slowly that attachment for Krishna increases more and more. Attachment for God increases more. On Sundays, we want to come, and then in other days, we want to chant, and then slowly we want to progress more and more. So, this is a natural sequence, a natural progression in this path of Krishna consciousness.